Yo, welcome to another episode of A Chapter a Day to Keep the Devil Away. I am Tenaya Shea, and this is the place where we read a chapter of the Bible every day until we finish the entire thing. Today, we are going to be reading Genesis chapter 33. If you haven't read Genesis chapter 32 yet, then go do that. Watch yesterday's video. It was pretty dope. Today, though, we're going to read Genesis 33. So let's get into it. All right. Jacob and Esau make peace. Then Jacob looked up and saw Esau coming with his 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and his 2 servant wives. He put the servant wives and their children at the front, Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph last. Then Jacob went on ahead. As he approached his brother, he bowed to the ground 7 times before him. Then Esau ran to meet him and embraced him, threw his arms around his neck, and kissed him, and they both wept. Then Esau looked at the women and children and asked, "Who are these people with you?" "These are the children God has graciously given to me, your servant," Jacob replied. Then the servant wives came forward with their children and bowed before him. Next came Leah with her children, and they bowed before him. Finally, Joseph and Rachel came forward and bowed before him. "And what were all the flocks and herds I met as I came?" Esau asked. Jacob replied, "They are a gift, my lord, to ensure your friendship." "My brother, I have plenty," Esau answered. "Keep what you have for yourself." But Jacob insisted, "No, if I have found favor with you, please accept this gift from me. And what a relief to see your friendly smile. It is like seeing the face of God. Please take this gift I have brought you, for God has been very gracious to me. I have more than enough." And because Jacob insisted, Esau finally accepted the gift. "Well," Esau said, "let's be going. I'll lead the way." But Jacob replied, "You can see, my lord, that some of the children are very young, and the flocks and herds have their young too. If they are driven too hard, even for one day, all the animals could die. Please, my lord, go ahead of your servant. We will follow slowly at a pace that is comfortable for the livestock and their children. I will meet you at Seir." "All right," Esau said, "but at least let me assign some of my men to guide and protect you." Jacob responded, "That's not necessary. It's enough that you've received me warmly, my lord." So Esau turned around and started back to Seir that same day. Jacob, on the other hand, traveled on to Succoth. There he built himself a house and made shelters for his livestock. That is why the place was named Succoth, which means shelters. Later, having traveled all the way from Padan Aram, Jacob arrived safely at the town of Shechem, in the land of Canaan. There he set up camp outside the town. Jacob bought the plot of land where he camped from the family of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver. And there he built an altar and named it El Elohe Israel. Part of me feels like the takeaway is like, man, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, because it doesn't really make sense to me why Jacob decided not to meet up with his brother and go where they were planning on going together. I will say, the command was to go back to where to Shechem, to Canaan, where his father and grandfather lived. So I get that to an extent. Maybe he was, going down the path he felt the Lord had him on, and it wasn't for him to go back with his brother. But it just feels deceitful, and it feels frustrating reading that, having all this beautiful anticipation, or nervous anticipation, right? Like, what's going to happen between the two? I remember the first time I ever read this, like, being struck at, Esau, with all maybe this pent up trauma from his past or pent up bitterness that he had to deal with, and now he finally has this moment with his brother, and he doesn't confront him about anything. He sees his brother and he just hugs him and cries because, man, they probably wasted years hating each other, right? And so I can imagine that made sense to me. But then to seemingly, it just felt like you were throwing it all away, just to not even, you run away as soon as it's, as soon as you get another chance. And so I wonder if that pent up, if that brought up or triggered anything for Esau. I don't know. I wasn't there, but it made me a little disappointed. But again, I could be reading it wrong. Like maybe Jacob was like, I'm a man who needs to go where God told me to. But why not just say that then? Why not invite Esau to where you live or where you're planning to go? Again, it's above my pay grade. I don't know. I'm just reading it. But it feels deceitful. And, I don't know. I was talking with my counselor today, and one of the things I mentioned was, life is just easier when you are wide open and vulnerable and honest. And it's not, easier isn't the right word, but it's better that way. And honestly, it feels simpler that way. Sometimes life is more difficult, but it's not necessarily like more complicated. It's like it's simple, but sometimes it comes with complications and difficulties. Complications is, obstacles. It comes with obstacles, it comes with difficulties, but honesty is simple. Honesty, it's not easy, but it is simple and it's better. And so I guess my takeaway is, when the temptation comes to do the old tricks, fight for the new thing that is better and honorable, But again, maybe I'm reading it wrong and I'm open to that. So if you got any insight there, let me know. Okay. Love you. Peace.